Hello folks, welcome to day 64, the 5th of March. Ooh, crazy day. Got in from work about an hour ago, having had an options evening. So yay, spent about 6 hours, at least 6 hours, maybe 10 hours today just talking, as you can possibly hear. However, wonderful news today, the cake fairy who bought me cake a while ago bought me a cookie today. It was a really tasty cookie too, so that was brilliant. I also started the day chatting to an Australian friend of mine on Twitter and spotted in her photos a wonderful picture of a man offering fisticuffs, in which he called a bookmark a critter strip, which is the greatest description of a bookmark I've ever heard. So that completely made my day as well because it was brilliant. I had a conversation with one of my students today who's going through a pretty tough time at the moment, and it got me thinking about we were talking about listeners and talkers, how some people seem to kind of be the world's listeners, and are often having, against their own will perhaps, having to put up with the world's talkers, or listening to the world's talkers often, thoroughly willingly. But it got me thinking about creative people, and whether some creative people are more like talkers and some are more like listeners, and maybe whether authors are more listeners and I don't know, musicians are more talkers, or maybe artists are more talkers. Who knows? But interesting thoughts. I just wondered if um, whether there's something in the kind of art you choose to make, and whether you are a listener, and I suppose if you want to call it introverted as well, and whether you're certain other kind of artists are talkers or extroverts. Yeah, interesting thoughts. Progress today, 4,400 words, which is pretty good, and 7,000 words edited, which I'm quite pleased with. My quote today comes from the wonderful J.K. Rowling, and she says, "Wherever I am, if I've got a book with me, I have a place I can go and be happy." Books have always been a massive escape for me, and I just think that's a great way of saying it. Hope everyone's had a lovely Thursday, and I shall see you tomorrow. Cheers.